Welcome to the fourth tutorial covering the basic speedrun mechanics for Yoshi's story. In this video we'll be covering infinite fluttering. There are two main ways of fluttering in the game, what we call a normal flutter and what we call a high flutter. The difference between the two is whether or not you hold diagonally or directly up on the control stick as you initiate the flutter. A normal flutter will cover more horizontal distance, where a high flutter will cover more vertical height. The first example I'll show you is how to infinitely flutter upwards. This is the easiest technique to learn in my opinion, and shouldn't take you more than a few minutes to get down. All you have to do is initiate a high flutter like you would normally by holding up on the control stick and keep holding A for the flutter. When you're just about to reach the peak of Yoshi's flutter height, you press B once for as short of a duration as you possibly can. This effectively cancels the delay in between high flutters that Yoshi is normally able to do, and thus you're able to chain high flutters so closely together that Yoshi is gaining more height with every single time. Remember never to let go of A while you're doing all of this. Another way of infinitely fluttering upwards is to only do normal flutters. For this technique you have to let go of the A button for as short as you possibly can in between your flutters. Right when Yoshi is at the peak of his height, let go of A for about 1 frame if you possibly can, and repress A again. This method is way faster than the high flutter method of getting height, but it is also considerably harder. If you aim an egg right as Yoshi is traveling upwards in his high flutter, you are able to cover the same height as you would normally, but a bit faster. You can cancel the egg shot at the apex of your flutter by pressing B, and thus you will get to keep your egg. Let me show you a few different ways of doing the flutter skip right in the beginning of cloud cruising. Here I'm using a high flutter, an egg aim, and cancelling it with B right at the apex. Here I'm simply using a high flutter, nothing else. In this last method, I'm cancelling my high flutter by spamming B. Yoshi will continue some of his upwards momentum when you mash B out of a flutter. Getting a feel for how to use this will take a little bit of practice. Lastly, I just want to show you how the flutter minigames become a walk in the park once you've learned how to infinitely flutter. I hope you enjoyed this small tutorial and are looking forward to more in this series. Have fun playing around with infinite fluttering, and remember to join the Yoshi Story Speedrun community Discord if you should have any more questions regarding the run.